I get the feeling that Ten Hag for me is, I think he comes across quite strict on.
He's definitely
television. I got the feeling though that I get the feeling that he's got that right balance at the training ground of strict, but with approachability.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think door open, you're not going to get a cuddle, but you will leave the room feeling, yeah, I'm glad I had that conversation with the boss. Do you know what I mean? That's just the feeling I get. I've got no basis to put that on. But whatever he's done, what a great year Man United have had, and it's only February. So it could be a brilliant year for you guys.
No, 100%. And this quote from Varane, spot on. And that's what it is. Like, having experienced players in the team, yeah, to calm everyone down. Because football matches, you have to break up football matches probably into 3/3 or 4/4 almost. Because the momentum swings in football matches throughout the course of 90 minutes. Both teams have spells in the game where they're starting to grow in confidence. They put a few passes together, all these other things. When you have your experienced players, and especially where we have them, we have two dog centre backs, and then we have someone right in front of there, right in the spine, and then David De Gea, if you want to put that behind there, who's been there since Sir Alex Ferguson. We have a solid spine of experienced players, that don't allow the team to crumble under pressure. That's what it is. You know what I mean? And you cannot buy that. There's no manager that can legislate for having a weak spine in it. Like, you can't do that. And when I look at Man City right now, honestly, if you ask any of the players off the record, I reckon 3/4 of them will be like, you know what, we play better without Haaland. But they won't say it.
Yeah, of course.
But they know it. Do you know what I mean? Because the guy's a passenger. Like, again, he scored another tap in the other day against Bournemouth. We didn't do fuck all else. Do you know what I mean? And the thing is, it's like the players will know that they're better without him. Like, because look at all the goals he scored. He's broken the Man City record. He's going to break the Premier League record. And guess what? Yeah, they're not top of the league. Arsenal don't have a goal scorer like him.
I still think they'll win. I still think they'll win.
I still think they'll win it as well. But I only think that they'll win it, simply because, they've got so much quality and depth that it will just get them over the line.
Yeah,
that's it.
I think that the difficulty with anything, isn't it, is, things evolve, right? Things evolve. Whether they have to or whether they naturally evolve, things do. Teams change. If you look at Arsenal, for example, from the team Arteta took over to the way they play football and play now, they've evolved, and that's great. For me, I don't know what you think about this. I look at Arsenal and think, I don't see what they've done as a long-term plan. I know this sounds harsh, and Arsenal fans are going crazy. It's nothing to do with me being a Spurs fan. I don't look at Arsenal and think, there's a team that's going to be up there challenging for the next 5 years. I don't. I think they're having a great year this year. I do feel, though, that they will fall short. And next year, I don't think they'll be anywhere near as effective, because Man U will go from the off. City will go from the off. Look, God knows what the other teams are going to do. But that for me is football goes in cycles. Like I said, football, Arsenal, everyone's raving about their football. That's great. They play great football. I'm not doubting that. But just great football alone, as you know, doesn't get you over the line. It's managing games they got 14 games of the season left. It's managing that situation now. It's going to Man City because they've got to play Man City away. Managing that scenario. Like, do you go?
We saw it in the first game at home. They lost, bro. And the reason why they lost is because they don't have Casemiro, they don't have Varane, they don't have David De Gea. They have Saliba, who's a novice. Do you know what I mean? As good as he is, he's a novice. Ramsdale, like, he's a novice. Like, do you know what I mean? They don't have winners in their team. And this is why I say, like, they're benefiting from Chelsea being shit. And this is no disrespect to Arsenal, because they deserve to be where they are based on how they're playing. But they're benefiting from a shit Chelsea, a shit Liverpool, a Man United in transition, and also a Spurs team that's been all over the place. They're benefiting from all of those things.
Up there.
and a shit Man City as well. Like, shit by their standards. And even though they're a shit Man City, they're only a couple points behind them. So,
right,
you know what I mean? As much as we're saying Man City are bad, they're still within touching distance of Arsenal. So it shows you that Arsenal, as well as they're doing, if you add context to the argument, unless Arsenal sign 5 players in the summer, which they won't, I see them struggling to make top 4 next season. Like legit.
This is the thing. There's one thing getting. I think it's. I remember when I was younger, right, and I was like 18, 19, and I remember I was going to work out in Malia, right. I said, right, I've got 6 months. I want to get a 6-pack, right. This is relevant, by the way. And I remember my personal trainer at the time said, "You're young and skinny." A long time ago. Getting the 6-pack's easy. Keeping it,
maintaining it,
yeah, difficult part, right? And I liken that to football. Getting up there, like Man City did, was the easy bit. Maintaining that's where the coaching comes into it. That's where the players' desire, hunger.
I think it's less of the coaching. I think it's more of the players, because Arteta's a good coach. I don't think anyone can dispute that. However, like, it's not him. When their players bums are going and Tomiyasu's playing that rascal back pass, yeah. Do you know what I mean? That's got nothing to do with the manager.
No,
you know
I just meant over, like, for example, what I meant by that was, like, if you look at City being up there, winning 4 of the last 5 titles, this year could be, 5 of 6. Yes, you can have the best players. Yes, you can have the best manager. Yes, you can have loads of money. But you do have to factor in the hunger and motivation of those players, because at what point do they go, oh, we've won that, there's no desire to do it again? That's where the manager comes into play, that he's got to motivate them. They've got to motivate the younger players. You know, City have done that.
But Liverpool should have senior players to do that. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's the difference. You need your senior players to be putting their arms around the players, because as a manager, you can't have your arm around every single player. You've got shit to do, innit? And this is where the likes of the David De Gea's come in. This is where the likes of the Casemiros come in. This is where the likes of the Lissandros and etc. and the Varans and stuff like that. And the funny thing is, the other day when someone posted a compilation of Varane, yeah, and there was a chance where the ball's gone over the top against Barcelona, and he's looked up like he's gonna pass it back to De Gea, and he's seen out the corner of his eye that someone's coming through. I think it was Gavi, and he dropped the shoulder and then he went back. And I said to people, yo, guys, you don't understand how brilliant that was, because that was another Tomiyasu moment waiting to happen, because the attacker read the back pass and ran past him. And if he didn't have that last minute little glance over his shoulder, he plays it back blindly and he's through on goal. Do you know what I mean? And little things like that, that's the difference between just experience and a calm head. Because if he was panicking, he would have just played it. He would have just played it blind.